an IMF bailout. This is not something that I don't think we need to comment on. It has been abandoned. I leave it here. So you see the kind of nation we have. We have a nation of very greedy people, mediocre-minded people, a nation of nation wreckers. Why did they want Ken Ofori-Atta out? Number one, he was a lousy manager of the economy. Even with the economic whiz-kid, Bawumia, the nation descended into its deepest abyss of financial disaster. It sank faster and deeper than the legendary Titanic. Some MPs swore, they breathed brimstone and fire, and they wanted to see Ken Ofori-Atta out. This was a man who swore to the nation and to the whole world that this nation would never, ever go to the IMF under his watch. This was a man who told us that we needed to bring on some levy on us, aka e-levy. Have you forgotten so soon? The e-levy was forced on us. They hastily decided to scrap toll booths levies, and they replaced that with e-levy. My brother, it was forced down our throats like bitter pills. We accepted it, albeit grudgingly. Remember how, because of this demonic e-levy, they flew some people in private jets, chartered flights, all the way from America, some of them on even the surgeon's operation tables. Kennedy Ejapong on my mind. He was having a major brain surgery. At the time they had to vote for the demonic e-levy, all because Ken Ofori-Atta had diagnosed that that was the only savior of the economy. We did all these things. We remember how much money was given to Christo Asafo's daughter. My brother, my sister. We remember how she came in so boisterously, having lived in America for so long, and insulting us that her family first. She swore an allegiance to the nation. The president swore her in when she swore that Ghana first. At the point that she decided to renounce Ghana first and say family first. It was all because of Ken Ofori-Atta running all the way from America, taking some bribes in her account, according to Kennedy Ejapong, her baby mother, and taking a whole party captive and waiting for the ransom. She waited until she got the ransom in her Fidelity bank account before she made the move, albeit grudgingly, again. In fact, she had a convoy led by Madame Opari, Akosua Opari, the chief of staff, siren blazing all the way from her house after keeping them waiting in front of the gate for several tens of minutes. Ajua came all the way to the Parliament House, covered like a ninja in the days of the COVID. They voted for this demonic COVID, levies and e-levy. My brother, after paying the levies, they still decided to take us to the IMF. And some, what is his name? Majority chief whip, so carelessly, unpatriotically, parochially partisan, is saying that Ken Ofori-Atta has been able to deal with these issues to some extent. What extent? Are we serious as parliamentarians? Are we serious with our words? Where is the Subin North MP who wanted this man out, he's still saying that he wants him out. Those people who signed that they wanted him out, all of them have chickened out. They have developed cold feet. These are cowards. Some of these MPs are nothing but cowardly. You are talking to your party right now. You are not looking at the bigger picture, the nation. You are playing to the gallery of your parochial political party. You are not looking at the bigger picture. Ken Ofori-Atta has long outlived his welcome. He's a failure. And all these things he's doing right now, they are nothing but gymnastics. My brother, is this a serious political party? A party whose president is supposed to be a lawyer. Yet this is the time the law has become limp with epilepsy. Is this one too a lawyer? Can you comfortably call him your learned colleague or former learned colleague, now an illiterate colleague? This is a disgraceful president, disgraceful party, and I'm so ashamed to have a president from this party. My brother, deputy chief whip, or is it majority chief whip, whatever chief whip, I wonder what he's whipping. Maybe he's whipping his own caprices and... Listen, it's a disgrace. Ken Ofori-Atta, if you have any shame, leave the place. Can't you see that you have outlived your usefulness? To God be the glory. Grader roasts Sam George and asks him to apologize for his irresponsible money laundering comment. And this is coming from Peace FM Online. I read, the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association, Grader, has asked NDC MP for Ningo Pram constituency, Sam George, to retract and apologize for his unguarded and irresponsible utterance about the sector without offering any proof whatsoever. In a statement issued by the Executive Council of Grader and cited by Peace FM Online, their attention has been drawn to a recent broadcast where Sam George made a very unfortunate and defamatory statement to wit, the real estate business in Ghana is money laundering. Members of our association are hardworking Ghanaians who every day have to battle with the economic conditions in the country, as every other business sector is doing. It is therefore an affront to our genuine hard-working members for the honorable member of parliament to make such an unguarded and irresponsible utterance without offering any proof whatsoever. We demand an immediate, unqualified apology and retraction of this unfortunate statement within 7 days of this press release. I leave it here. I thought that these people would rather be writing to Sam George to ask him to rather explain. But we are taking you to court. When we arrive there, you will see where power lies. If the man says it's money laundering, I thought that instead of flexing your muscles at this point, you would rather write to him and say that, Honorable Member of Parliament, we have heard you say this and that. Can you please offer us proof? And within 7 days, if we do not get any answer from you, we might be tempted to listen to your proof in court. Couldn't this have sounded better than the power play? We are taking you to court. Irresponsible. My brother, my sister, sometimes PR needs to be done properly. My brother, my sister, Sam George said that there is some amount of money laundering going on in our real estate business right here in Ghana. In fact, the police would have been the best people to invite Sam George. This is an MP. to give some amount of evidence. Again, Greta could have written to the IGP and petitioned him to at least speak with some judge to help with investigations so that money laundering can be cut out of Greta and our real estate business in Ghana. Rather than coming out and power playing, we are taking you to court. It's just like this Nogopo people did, and they are totally disgraced now. Ajinasari, we have given you 14 days or else we'll show you where celestial power is. Where is that celestial power? Ajinasari is walking around there. Has he had scrotal hernia? Has Ajinasari grown a bigger head? You see, sometimes you have to know how to play with power. If you become so power drunk, you will be disgraced. To God be the glory. I wanted to tackle another thing, but I have to go right now. 5 minutes more to the end of this time. Alan Chermatin says, vote for him to break the 8. Alan Chermatin, you too, if you have some respect for yourself, I don't think that you'll be talking about breaking the 8. Your president is very lousy. Members of your party are hoarding money in their rooms. Your nation has degraded to this point, and you have been part of the cancer that ate into the economy of this nation. You still have the arrogance to tell us to vote for you. Are you serious, sir? I leave it here. My